speaker today, Dr. Brian Beattie. He's been the pastor of Freedom House Brantford. He's the newly appointed National Director of Transformations Canada. And although you're not new to Barrie, I'm really excited to hear what Brian has to share about what's brought him to this place today. He's also the new author. You got it here somewhere? Yeah. He's the new author of City of God. And these are actually for sale. We've got some copies here at the table if you want to grab one after. So with no further ado, I'm going to welcome Brian Beattie to come forward.
Just before Brian comes, I want to say a special thank you to all those from the Barrie Ministerial Association. Can I see your hands if you're here from that group? Thank you all for coming. This is normally a business luncheon. In the case of many of the ministerial people, they have their own meeting on the same day we do. And today they canceled that to be here with us. So I really want to thank all you folks for doing that. And I'd like to bring Brian on. Thanks, Brian.
How's everybody doing? That was a good meal. How many got just corn? That's good news. I think both of these are signs of things to come for you. Bigger groups, combination business and pastors. Somebody else say amen. Because if you want to see transformation in your city, that's what needs to happen. Pastors can't do it alone. Business people can't do it alone. The government can't do it alone. We were meant to work together because we all have callings that are very unique that God puts in our heart. And we want to be able to learn how to honor each other and serve each other and serve the Lord while we're doing it, to see your city come to Jesus. But not just come to Jesus, which is fantastic, but the whole city can be changed. How many know the Great Commission? Raise your hand if you've learned the Great Commission. It's found in 2 places in the Gospels. Do you know where one of them is? Matthew 28, which says, go to all the world and preach the gospel, and do what? Disciple nations. Everyone say disciple nations. The Great Commission is also found in Mark 16. And in Mark 16 it says, go to all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. There's a component of the gospel that is both individual and it's corporate. It means that God wants to save people and He wants to change systems that are keeping people in poverty. Thank you for one amen. We've done the first one quite well, I would say, for 500 years. We found it really important that we are to take Jesus to people. But we haven't really understood and are just starting now to understand what it means to go and change systems, to actually eliminate systemic poverty so our cities are transformed by Jesus. How many of you that's a good idea? So here's what I want to do today. I want to tell you a little bit of our story. I want to talk about the intersection between the church, the business, and government, and education, and how significant that is in transformation. And I hope we have some fun along the way, if that's okay with you. I wrote a book called City of God. I have 15 copies. Buy them quickly. You can also get them on Amazon. So, how many know God has plans for our cities? Raise your hand. How do you know that? Sorry? It's in the Bible. Where? Good. You're right. Well done, Sam. God has plans. How many know Sam's right? Everyone say Sam's right. How do we know God has plans? And so God's looking for partners in our cities. He's looking for partners today in Barrie. Ron? He's looking for partners today that say, I'm in to see this city transform so the kingdom of God comes to Barrie as it is in heaven. Anybody? Excellent. I'm just going to have them. When I looks like I'm clicking, you do it and it looks like I actually did something good. Let me tell you about my city. I moved to Brantford, rather, kicking and screaming in 1998. We never wanted to go to Brantford. In fact, we used to drive around Brantford because my wife had a terrible experience there in the downtown mall. I'm telling you that because our church is presently in the downtown mall in Brantford. So this is what our downtown used to look like. This is not a made-up story. This is actually what our city looked like. The downtown, most of the south side of the one street was blocked up, and somebody thought if they just painted silhouettes on the side of the buildings, it might fool people to think that there's people down here. But there was nobody down there. Nobody was coming downtown. It was a ghost town. In fact, go ahead, Sean. In fact, in 2006, Hollywood came to Brantford to make a movie called Silent Hill. Raise your hand if you've seen Silent Hill. No, don't raise your hand. It's a terrible horror movie. It's a terrible horror movie. Filmed in my city. Go ahead, Sean. It's filmed in my city because we have decrepit buildings and broken down streets and a higher than average demon count in Brantford. So we were a perfect place. Hollywood looked all over North America and said, where can we go? What city can we go to where we don't have to pay money for sex? And it was our downtown. That was in 2006. Well, I moved there in 1998, and it was a mess. Go ahead, Sean. It was a mess. In fact, when my mom first came to visit, she said, Brian, did a bomb go off in your downtown? That's a pleasant visit, Glenn. Did a bomb go off? It was a disaster. Nobody wanted to come downtown. Our city had gone through a major recession back in the 80s. In fact, we had about just close to 30% unemployment rate in our city back in the 80s and the 90s. And so we moved there in 98. In 1999, Ed Silvoso was speaking at a conference in Toronto. Anybody hear Ed Silvoso? He was at a conference at TACF. Jeremy? He was there, and it was powerful. I sat there. It was May of 1999, and I heard him talking about what God had done in Argentina, how it wasn't just revival, but now they were seeing cities transform. And I said to myself, if this is true, I don't want to do anything else with my life. I want to see God, through His Holy Spirit, through His people, see transformation in the cities that no one can ignore. That something happens in my city, something happens in your city that no one can ignore. That's what it means when the glory of the Lord covers the earth as the waters cover the sea. No one can ignore that. Isn't that what you want for your city? We do. And so Ed spoke that day, and it was powerful. And I said, I'm going to do this the rest of my life. And so when we started our church a few years later, we did it under the principles of what Ed talked about in his book. I recommend all of Ed's books. In fact, I'm here as a representative of Transformation Canada, which is an arm of Transform Our World that Ed started back in the early 80s. Just powerful. Let's go ahead, Sean. I'm not going to show that video. Let's keep going. So, everyone say that's an ugly church. Yeah, that's an ugly church. That was the church we bought in the downtown of Brantford. Everyone said to me, don't move to Brantford, and if you do go to Brantford, don't plant your church in downtown. So we moved to Brantford and planted a church downtown. We bought that. It used to be a church for 100 years, and then it was a furniture store, and then it was a bar. When we got it was a bar called The Scene. The way they made food in that bar, they had a barbecue in the kitchen. You know, like they had a little barbecue. They had a barbecue in the kitchen. They were running cocaine out of the kitchen as well. It was a great place. Across the road, there was 2 crack houses. And I'm looking around. I don't know what to do with this. The first day we opened, actually, we started our services. The church was a bar on Friday and then Saturday. On Sunday, we had church there the first night. On Monday, we're there renovating the bar. And I get a knock on the front door of the church. And I open the door, and I get a proposition on the front door of my church. And I looked at my buddy who was helping us around. I said, I didn't take this course at Bible college. He was like, I don't know what to do with this. And it was like, the neighborhood was a mess, and we had no idea what to do. Go ahead, Sean. And so we didn't know what to do, but a buddy of mine in London were doing these barbecues, and people were coming and they were building a relationship. And I thought, I can do a barbecue. Raise your hand if you can do a barbecue. I can do a barbecue flipping Fridays. Where's the flipping Fridays, guys? Yeah. So we started these barbecues, and is a fun day. And let me tell you about crack houses. There's lots of cats in crack houses. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to use that information. It's what sticks in my head. But the Lord was allowing us to build a relationship with these people, and we got some of them off drugs. We were able to send some to rehab. It was fantastic. And so God was using this barbecue. We called it Flippin' Fridays because we did them on Fridays and we were flipping burgers, so we thought it was a good name. So we've done that. We did that for 12 years. Well, we start getting known in the downtown. So go ahead, John. We start getting known in the downtown. So the city calls us and says, "Hey, we're doing this big event called Canada Day, and there's 30 or 40,000 people coming. And I know you have a kids program you run on Saturdays there. Do you think you can run a kids program for us on Canada Day?" And I said, "Of course we can." Say, "Of course we can." You'll use that a lot today. Of course we can. So that's our kids pastor speaking to way more kids than we ever had at our kids program on Saturday. So we did that for a couple of years. We're still doing it. And here's what happened next. The city decided they wanted something to happen in the downtown. So they started this program called Revitalization of the Downtown. And they built this beautiful square called Harmony Square. But no one's been downtown for years and years and years. So they built a square and no one wants to come to it. So they come to us and said, "Hey, help us on Canada Day. We really like that. Do you think you can help us get people into the square?" And I said, "Of course we can." Go ahead, Sean. And so they said, "Why don't we start doing movies?" So we did movie nights. We still do them today. Every Thursday night in the summer, we do these movie nights, and they're free movie nights, and people come and families come, and they started coming, but not tons in the beginning. So we did a movie night. The second year of doing movies in the square, the lady running Harmony Square said, "Brian, do you think you can do a winter carnival?" And I said, "Of course we can. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about winter carnival." So we literally, in our leadership meeting, I went back to our leaders. There's like 50 houses in the church. I went back to our leaders and said, "Hey, guess what? We're doing a winter carnival in February." This was like September. And so we Googled winter carnival. That's how we learned how to do winter carnival. And we hooked up with these guys with the hats on. Nope, not yet. Go back. Hooked up with these guys. They're from Sarnia. They've been running Snowfest in Sarnia for 20 years. And so they helped us, and they came, and they were ice carvers. In fact, now for 10 years, they've done our ice carvers at Frosty Fest. It's one of the biggest festivals. In fact, it's one of the biggest winter carnivals in Ontario right now. We had the first year, actually our goal, so no one's coming downtown. Our first year, the goal was 1,000 people. We thought if we had 1,000 people in the downtown, it'd be like a revival. So I said, let's do 1,000. That was the goal of the city. 8,000 people showed up the first year. That's what I did. I don't want to these humans. And so 8,000 people. The next year was 10. The next year was 12. And then it was 12. And then it was 15. And that year, the 5th year of Frosty Fest in the downtown, the mayor stood up on the Bell stage and said, "This is a watershed moment of the transformation of our downtown." Clap. Thanks. It'll make you feel better if you do that every once in a while. A small church of 50 people can transform a downtown. Let's keep going. So we were doing stuff like, we already decided we were going to use kindness as our outreach focus, because in Romans it says it's the kindness of the Lord. Go ahead, Sean. It's the kindness of the Lord that leads to repentance. So we were doing all this stuff, and so after we had done all this stuff and we'd done Frosty Fest and it worked, Lori Dawn, who was running the square, she said, "Do you have any other ideas of what could happen in the square?" And I said, "We should do the Living Nativity in Harmony Square." And she said, "What's a Living Nativity?" And now I got to explain the Living Nativity. I said, "Well, Lori Dawn, it's a biblical Christmas story where Mary and Joseph come to Bethlehem, and then the shepherds come and they say, 'We really like your baby.' And then the kings come and they say, 'We really like your baby.' And then the shepherds sing and dance and they lead and the kings lead and Mary and Joseph sing and it's over. That's the Living Nativity." She goes, "That's great. We should do the Living Nativity. Give me a week, I got to talk to my boss." 2 days later, she called back and said, "We're doing the Living Nativity in Harmony Square." Do you know why we got to do the Living Nativity in Harmony Square? Because for 3 years we had served the city without asking for anything. Yeah. See, because there's people in your city right now that are already trying to transform your city, and some of them are waiting for the church to catch up. Some of them are waiting for the church to catch up. Some people get paid to do it. Others just love the city already. The city you live in, they love it already. And they're saying, it would be great if maybe when business and education and government and the church came together, could you imagine what would happen in Barrie? That would be awesome. this weekend will be our 10th year of doing the Living Nativity in Harmony Square. It's great now. That's good. But let me tell you, it's better because the year that we started Living Nativity in Harmony Square, around the corner from Harmony Square is Victoria Square, and the city was getting all these negative views from other groups in the city that said, we should not allow the plastic Mary and Joseph in Victoria Square. And while they're arguing about plastic Mary and Joseph, we decided we're going to do Living in Harmony Square, and we've done it for 10 years. So that's fun. And plastic Mary and Joseph are still up too. That's good. Let's keep going. So we started this thing. We were doing kindness. We started a thing called the Kindness Project. The guy behind there, that guy, his name is Captain Kindness. We invented him one day because we were already doing all this kind of stuff in the city. And we thought, well, we need a mascot to help us do this stuff. And so one year, about 9 years ago, the city, they made a theme for their Christmas parade, or Santa Claus parade. The theme was superheroes. So we're doing this kindness, and we said, we should make Captain Kindness, and we'll build a huge city on top of this 52-foot float, and we'll put a big city on top of the city. We'll be the superhero that says, Bradford, do you believe we can change the city by giving God what is good with kindness? And we do. And we did, so we invented Captain Kindness, and we thought that would be a one-off until school started calling and saying, can Captain Kindness come and teach us about kindness? And social agency called. In fact, the weirdest one we got was a lawyer retiring. A retiring lawyer said, can Captain Kindness come to my retirement party? We told him we had problems. It was good. So we do all this kind of stuff. Go ahead. I'm going to quickly through this stuff or not. Go, Captain. Go away. There you go. So we wrote curriculum. We have curriculum that goes into schools. And where most times as Christians we can't get into schools because we're separated, we can't keep up with the requests. Last week alone we got requests from 5 schools and Captain Kindness in the curriculum coming. So we're working right now on a way to expand how we do the school project. Keep going. We started a kindness center. Maybe you do this already, but we give away food and clothing and teach people life skills. Go ahead. We do. Any political buffs here? One, thank you, I see that hand down. You come later in the balcony, I'll take you one later. Billy Graham, so we were doing this campaign, political campaign. We were going door to door, and I'm with the guy with actually was having kind of song that was sitting there. We could use this in our city. We could make our whole city kind. And so we decided to do this I'm Kind Neighbor campaign. And this is what we do. We'll go to it, we block out the neighborhood, we'll go to the door and we'll say, they'll answer the door and we'll say, hi, my name is Brian from Freedom House, and you may know us from things like the Kindness Project and from Captain Kindness and the Living Nativity and Frosty Fest. And we're here today to ask you if you can be kind to your neighbor for a month. And that's all. And they say, and then they'll tell us stories about this neighbor and that neighbor. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. And we encourage and say, you can change your neighborhood with kindness. Because kindness is one of the characteristics of Jesus. And kindness of the Lord brings people to Him. And kindness actually changes cultures. We've watched it in the downtown, and in neighborhoods, in schools. Kindness changes things. I highly recommend kindness. Let's keep going. Now we didn't want to just be the ones doing the work, but now we do this thing called the Kindness Awards. And so we have nominations from the city where people go, have you caught people being kind this year? If you are, we're going to do this big event for them, and they're going to come and we're going to give them a Kindness Award. We just made it up. Like, it's not really anything. It's not like an Oscar or anything. It's not like but people will come and they'll get nominated. They'll come and they'll bawl their eyes out because we give them a little piece of acrylic that says you're kind. It doesn't take very much to change people's lives. There's a verse I was telling you about from Romans 2, verse 4. It's the kindness of the Lord that leads people to repentance. So here's the old church. So I'm going to turn a corner here and talk about, that's a bit of our story. That was 16 years and 16 minutes, so that's not bad. This is what the building used to look like. Here's what it looks like now. Go ahead. So we decided what we should do, what our neighborhood really needs is affordable housing. Actually, we had outgrown the building, and I was looking for a way to go to the next level. There was that used to be a bar, and it was actually another bar on in the city that I liked better. So I found him over the bar, and I called him and said, hey, Gabriel, I have a plan for you. I got a building, you got a building, let's sit and talk. He goes, okay. He came and walked through the old ugly blue building. In less than 10 minutes, he said, well, we can change bars, you can have my bar, we'll trade bars, you can buy my bar, whatever. He said, but what you should do is you should convert this building into affordable housing. And then he said, I've known for 10 minutes, and then he said, I'll help you. He's one of the primary builders in our city. In 10 minutes, he said, I'll help you. I'm now in a boardroom with Gabriel and his staff. His lawyer, his accountant, his engineer, his staff are all there. And they said, he goes, this is Brian. He's a pastor. He's got a church. But it's okay. He doesn't think like a pastor. We can work with him. And all the pastors laughed. And so he's the one that helped us do this. The first thing they did, they helped us write a grant application to get this project going. And we got a grant for $750,000. Now the pastors are happy. And so we converted this, and so we have affordable housing. There's 15 apartments there. Then we had some guys call us and say, hey, we love this stuff you do in the city. Do you think it would be okay if we rented the biggest venue in our city and start running these concerts and give you the money? I said, let me pray about it. Yes. The answer to that is yes. And so the first one we did was Lighthouse. Anybody? 70s super rock. Yeah? Sunny days, right? Sunny days. The reason that worked out is because Skip Prokop, who had started Lighthouse back in the 60s, his son, who's also a great drummer, who's now the drummer for Lighthouse, he was coming to our church. He was the drummer in our church. And so when the connection was made between a couple of these political and business guys in town, said, we have to do something. So they did this concert for us. We raised about $22 million, and we did nothing. Next. So then they did Randy Bachman. And then they did nothing. I can't remember the third. There's another. We've done a few. Then the guys that do the car shows downtown said this. They said, hey, we like that stuff you do in our city. We find a charity every year to give the money to when we do the car show. Do you think we can do the car show downtown this year and give you the money? I said, let me pray about it. Yes! They give us the money. That's them giving us a novelty check of $15,000. I want to talk about one church. So I know Barry has one church, and I know Kevin, because he said this earlier today in a previous dialogue, is that some of you guys had come down to Brantford a few years ago, and you took part in the name of the one church, what you're doing here. Let me tell you why we changed our ministerial to the name One Church. Because I don't know if you found this in Barry, and probably not, but sometimes churches don't get along. Sometimes churches get stuck on doctrinal things that are like way up here, and we get really stuck on the extreme doctrinal things and don't really center on the things that are really, really important. I'm sure that's not Barry. And so we decided we were going to change the name of our ministerial, and we were going to do it under One Church, and we were going to get away from all the doctrinal things. In fact, we don't even have doctrinal discussions. Here's what we believe. We believe in the Great Commission, by the Great Command, and the Apostles' Creed. You can believe anything else you want outside of that. We're not talking about it. Here's what we believe. We believe Jesus loves our city, and we're supposed to love them like Jesus does. Until they say yes again. Is that all right? And so we started One Church. I am going to watch this video if you'd let me. Or not.
Puzzles aren't easy. They don't put themselves together. They take time, patience, and intentionality. A puzzle piece by itself is not only odd, it's incomplete. It only means something when it fits where it's designed to fit, or when it's in its place. It even adds meaning to the other pieces around it. Remember when Jesus taught us to pray on earth as it is in heaven? Now there's a puzzle. How do you do that? Well, it takes all of us. Each puzzle piece is uniquely shaped. There's no piece that isn't needed. And in fact, each piece is indispensable. One church exists to participate in the transformation of the city. That's another puzzle. But as we figure out how all of our pieces fit together, both as individuals and congregations, we begin to see an image emerge that is heavenly. There are many congregations, but there is only
That's a good idea, right? And so we've been very intentional over the last probably 12 years now of functioning in unity. In fact, we talk about the 3 levels of unity, and I'm not going to go deeply into this, but you'll find out as you walk into some of this stuff that there's family unity. So as a family of God, we're a family, right? And so the doctrinal stuff out there doesn't affect that we're still family, right? So we stay in the middle. So we're a family, and we have a philosophy. We have a way of understanding and believing. We have biblical reasons for what we do in terms of how we serve the city and how we serve each other. And then there's function. We actually do stuff together. And the progression of those things and the order is really, really important. So here's what we started doing. I was sitting on the Canada committee, and so at Canada Day, we have about 30 or 40,000 people come to a big park in the city. And as I said earlier, 30 or 40,000 people could make a really big mess. And I'm sitting at one of the committee meetings, and I said, would it be okay if the church cleaned the park after Canada Day? And I watched brains blow up and heads just falling out. And they said, sure, if you want to. Now, I knew that the year before it took them a couple days to clean up. And the next day, about 40 people showed up, and within an hour and a half or 2 hours, we had cleaned the entire park. And we've been doing that now for about 6 or 7 years. And I'll tell you something, I know the church wants to be known for Jesus, and that's great. But I'll tell you something, the thing I hear about most is the fact that the church cleans the park. And you know what that leads to? Discussions about Jesus. Because they go, why would you do that? And we'll always say, well, we want to show them the love of God in a practical way. And they go, oh, that's a good idea. And then they'll talk about how they grew up in church and blah, 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 blah. And they'll go, hey, maybe I should think about church again. And so you can lead them, but that's how Jesus taught us to serve and love people in Luke 10. Ed calls it her evangelism. So he said when he sent the 70 into the cities, he said, go and spend some time with them. Bless them. Eat with them. Show them the kingdom before you talk about the king. That's a good way to do it. In North America, we want to do exactly the opposite. We want to get somebody, sit them down and talk about Jesus. And yes, we do want to talk about Jesus, but there's a way that Jesus prepared for us to actually open their hearts by touching their heart first and meeting their felt need. And so that's what we did with Canada. Keep going. So then we do a prayer breakfast to bless the city leaders as well. Keep going. We actually, for the last 12 years, have hosted a mayoral debate. Because we've earned the right to be heard in our city, we actually have all the mayor candidates show up, and we have a discussion about how the church and state are going to work together. We do. Because church and state separation is a farce. Now, clearly, we don't want the church to tell the state what to do, and we don't want the state to tell the church what to do. I get that. But then it got really deep, and it's like, you can never talk. What? You have to talk. These are key people. These are key people that know, and they're gatekeepers into the world. And they're not just politicians, and they're not just your ward counselor. They're Becky, and they're Mike, and they're Sam, with family and kids that love the city just like you do. They really do. And they call us all the time now. I get a call all the time by a counselor named Jan. He calls me all the time, and we'll have coffee together, and we'll sit and talk about how we're going to change the city next. That's powerful. And so we have to get out of our churches and build a relationship with some of these people. See, I know lately because of the culture, it's really sexy to serve the poor. It just is. Let's serve the poor. And we should do that. But who's serving the rich? Like, should we love everyone? And that's what's going to happen. As we learn to see like Jesus does and understand like Jesus does, we're going to love everyone. So we did the mayoral event. There's one more thing there. Last year we did a food drive and raised a bunch of food because the city had empty food in the summer. So we raised about, 50, 60,000 pounds of food and took care of the summer need for the city food day. That's fun. Let me tell you what this, no, I'm not going to. Here, if you want to know how to do transformation, I'm going to come back and tell you what this means. It means that all the church, the charismatics and the conservatives have to get together. Those in the church that are called to be pastors, and those that are called to be business people, and those that are called to be lawyers, because there's no sacred secular calling in the church. Like, I'm a pastor, but that doesn't make my calling more sacred. What makes something sacred is, did God ask you to do it? Leslie, if God asked you to go and do sales at a radio station, you now have a sacred calling. And you can help pastor a city because you've now been called by God to to do whatever God says. Does that make sense to anyone? And so that's what it's going to take. It's going to take all the church with all the gospel. So I already mentioned Mark 16 and Matthew 28. It's not just a gospel of salvation getting individuals saved. It's a gospel of the kingdom, that the kingdom, the leaven of the kingdom is going everywhere in the city, and then it's to all the city. There's nowhere. Rich, poor, whatever. Everyone needs the gospel. The light of the gospel has to go everywhere. And Jesus, we were eating, it was better at Christmas when Jesus said he was the light. We like that. But then he said, you're the light. Turn your neighbor and say, you're the light. You're the light. We're now the light. That's what Jesus said in Matthew 5. You're the light. And he says, here's how you're going to know that you're lighty or salty, is that they're going to see your good works. Church, it doesn't say your good works, doesn't say, do I get it? But they're going to, after you get saved, you're going to work. And they're going to see your good works and you're going to glorify your Father in heaven. That's really awesome. And that's happening all over the world. One more. Another one, I'm not going to tell the story. Keep going. One more. That's a good word right there. I'm not going to tell. No, I'm not telling that right there. That's a month after our mayor got saved, by the way. Here, I'm back to Jeremiah, and I'm over by 2 minutes. Let me tell you this story. Jeremiah 29:11. We love it because God says, I have a plan for you. I have a plan for you to prosper you and give you hope in the future, right? But guess what? The context of that verse is Babylonian captivity. And Jeremiah is prophesying to the people of God saying, hey, go and settle in. You're going to be there for a while. Settle in. Plant gardens. Have families. Hang out for a while. Do this. Here, pray for the peace and prosperity of your city. Because here's what happens. If it prospers, you'll prosper. Do you know what I know about Barrie? It's not Babylon. Jeremiah wrote these words to people in Babylon. Barrie is a great city. And he's saying the same thing to us. I want to prosper you so you can hang out with people and show them how good I am. And pray for the peace of your city. And work for the peace of your city. Because when it prospers, you're going to prosper. That's what God wants to do in your city. That's what God wants to do in my city. That's what I'm watching God do in cities all over the world. And I believe Barrie is on God's list. Does anyone else? Yeah.
Sorry, it's something right. We're overtime. For those of you who need to get back to work, we're going to give you a couple minutes to move up. If you can stay, Brian has agreed to, and we have permission to stay later here from the city. Brian has agreed to stay and talk a little bit more and answer questions. I know that many of the ministerial are here, and Brian is more than anxious to talk about his plan with them as well. So I want to thank you. It's a very tough act to follow. I've known Brian a long time. He still likes me, which is amazing. But I don't think he knows me very well. But I love him as a brother. And to have been in that square when people were being baptized who had just come to Christ, a hot summer day, you can imagine downtown at the used to be Fred Grant Square. What's it called now? Meridian. Okay. You can imagine if there were inflated pools set up in that area, people with sound systems playing and singing spiritual songs, and people coming to be baptized in a pool in the middle of the city with all kinds of witnesses. Blew me away. So today, December 11th, 2019, this is the landmark day in my mind that God has set aside to say, okay, time to get moving. So if you are interested in what we're talking about, we do have a sign-up sheet here. You're not signing up to do anything in particular. You're just saying, I'm with you. If you can keep in touch, we will have another meeting about that. It won't be at another luncheon like this, but it will be a meeting where we're going to go to the next step. Brian's going to help us with that. Before I let you folks go, I just want to pray if you can. I want you to turn, if you can, look out there. That's just a part of our city. Can you imagine how many people right now, as we're sitting here in this room, are in those apartments, on those streets, in those restaurants, some of them addiction to drugs, prostitution, some business people. Please pray that the Holy Spirit would open the eyes of people through us as we go out. And Jesus didn't just say, go and make disciples. He said, as you are going. That's what it means in the Greek. Not just a bunch of people volunteering to be missionaries. Saying, wherever you're at today, whatever your job is, whoever it is you meet, whatever their problem is, just love them, like Brian said. So I'm just going to pray quickly and I'll let you go. Okay, Father, it's by your divine appointment that you brought us here today. Far more people than we had expected, but you knew exactly who was going to be here. The only personality, the only entity in all of creation that knows the future. So we commit the city of Barrie and those municipalities and